What up, what up?
I'm not ready.
I'm Rico.
You can
This is Gross. And
What's going on, guys? We are back, and Rico thought he can
oh my God.
one up on me, but he forgets I do the editing on the videos, and we can say this is the start point of this video. Listen, guys, if you're enjoying our videos that we're putting out for you guys and reviews, and there are a little funny stuff that we do here on
What did you just say?
funny stuff on this video, on this channel, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the video. That way we know, or at least Rico knows, that you're doing something useful around
Right?
here.
I know, man.
Right? That being said, we're going to roll the intro and we're going to jump into today we're doing the review of
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy, the final season
Yeah.
of a Netflix phenomenon, series. So,
Yeah.
that being said, let's roll the intro and we'll jump right into it.
Poppin' with the culture.
Pop it like it's hot.
Poppin' with the culture.
Pop it like it's hot. Take it to the top until the top. Now you're ready to pop. Look up in the sky. It's a bird or a plane. It's Rico driving Chris insane. Talking about Spider-Man, Batman, Joker, Mary Jane. Keeping it real. Men of Steel with their comic book game.
Poppin' with the culture.
Pop it like it's hot.
Poppin' with the culture.
Pop it like it's hot.
Keeping it real. Men of Steel with their comic book game. With their comic book game. With their comic book game.
And we're back, guys. And Rico is always eating over here. Like, I can't get a video without him. Look at this. Look, he got donut all up in his beard. He got donut up in his beard and everything. We're trying to shoot a video, guys. Listen, today we're talking about Umbrella Academy. And it is the wrap of the series for Umbrella Academy. We're on season 4. And I think they capped it off nicely. Rico thinks otherwise. But me, myself, and
Oh
I...
my God.
Are you done?
No, I'm having a moment.
You're having a moment. You
It's
okay?
so good. I'm so distraught. All right.
Parlor Donuts from Venice, Florida. Pretty
Here
good.
we go.
Are we back? Are we
I'm
good?
back.
You
What's
okay?
up, guys?
All right.
What's taking you so
Oh
long?
my goodness. Anyway, so Umbrella Academy. It's really more of a number 5. the whole series is based. If you look at Umbrella Academy memes, it's like
Man.
I'm here for the plot, and the plot is 5.
5 Alive. That dude. He would play a good Robin. Like
Yeah.
a Damian Wayne.
I was gonna say which Robin.
Damian Wayne, bro. Give it up. Come on. Did you know he drives IndyCar right now?
Who?
5.
Oh really?
The actor. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw him. His little long comb over.
No,
I
I can smoke. I can smoke them.
You can smoke him?
I'm pretty sure I can smoke them.
Dude.
Anywhere, anytime. Ooh, anywhere, anytime. Remind me to tell you about this later on about a
Okay.
podcast. Anyway,
Anyway.
sorry guys.
Sorry about that. We kind of just drifted
Yeah,
off.
we got drift off. Just popping through everywhere.
Oh,
anyway,
goodness.
so number 5. So this season they are trying to fix the timeline.
Yeah.
All right, the broken timeline, and then you have the MacGuffin part of the whole series is the train, the subway train, right?
Yeah. Well, let's start from the beginning. Like right now, they're all kind of liking their lives for the most part.
Oh, yeah,
And
so
some aren't, but some are, you know?
I think everyone. Oh, except for
Like, well,
Klaus.
no, Klaus loves his
No,
life.
Diego.
Diego.
Diego, yeah.
Yeah, he's a UPS guy.
Yeah.
None of them have powers. And he's just hitting windows and he's not even getting out of his car. He's just throwing boxes and they're going all over the place.
Oh, they're all over the place.
You got Klaus, he's straight edge right now. And he's also a germaphobe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And who's living with
I heard a rumor. What's her name? Man. And she's super fine. She's super hot.
Vicky?
I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Anyway, her.
Her.
Wow, we should.
I know, right?
We did not like
Bad.
do the
We
paperwork.
should have wrote this down. See,
Should've
that's
wrote
why
this
I
down.
write things down.
Where's your notes?
Where's your notes?
I rely on you for your notes. I gotta do everything else. Jeez, you can at least
Don't worry.
wrote something.
We're gonna edit the video and we're gonna put her name right there. Right?
I guess
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're living together with their daughter Claire,
Yes.
little Claire Bear, and who else we got?
And she's a laundry. She does laundry commercials now. Big lavish actor. Laundry commercials.
Yeah, I thought she was actually in doing a movie, and then it was like, here, use Tide. I was like, wait, what?
Yep.
Okay, so and then we got Victor,
Yes.
who was previously known as Vanya. We got Victor, and he owns a bar in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was just a worker, but we find out that he owns the store, owns the bar, and so we picked up 5 years after, 6 years, 6 years after the last season.
Yes.
So there's a bit of a time jump, small time jump. So we're 6 years into the future, and then we find out that Reginald Hargreaves has their own lives in a big mansion.
Yeah, right.
Lives in a mansion. He has a empire of business that
His own town.
He has his own town that he try to hunt down Jennifer. Oh, Ben's a criminal or ex-con. Ben.
No.
Yeah, he.
Oh yeah, Ben's back.
Yeah.
The Squid Boy. Yeah,
No.
Ben's back. How did you feel about Ben?
Jerk. He's a jerk.
Right?
He's a big
They
jerk.
built him up and they made him seem like he was such a sweetheart and such a nice
because
guy.
it's a different Ben.
Yeah, but when we meet Ben in the Sparrow Academy last season, you're like, oh, Ben's back, and then Ben's a big jerk.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because that Ben is not the same Ben from the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah,
the Ben that you have now is from the
But
Sparrow.
maybe I just assumed in 6 years he'd be like, hey, I'm good, but no.
No, he went
Sparrow
Ponzi,
currency.
Ponzi scheme, and
Yeah.
So he was doing a Ponzi scheme for crypto.
Yep.
Hey, can I offer you in some Dogecoin?
No.
Okay.
No.
Going up, man. To the,
Yeah.
to the moon. Anyway.
I don't know about that, man, but okay.
So and then you got number one. What's his name?
Number one?
Number one.
Oh, man. Ja.
Anyway, he is
What are we doing right now?
Yeah, mess, a hot mess.
Eight Man,
which is not 8 Man, which yeah, because he has no power. He's not an ape. He's like regular.
He's a stripper.
Yes,
He's an exotic dancer
He is
of
a
the arts.
professional dancer.
Sure he is.
All right, Rico.
A Moon Man dancer.
Moon Man, doing the moon.
Showing his cheeks and everything.
Oh, he's showing
Ladies,
his cheeks.
you're going to love it.
Yeah, right. So you got that, and
I
then
said ladies again. I hate that word.
you say it all the time, though.
It's just, no, whoa. I don't.
You do.
It's a cringe word. Hey,
You should eat a
ladies.
donut. So then we
No,
talk.
yeah, I should. It's so good.
So then we find out that there's
Wow.
the trying to figure out how did Ben die? No one can say why Ben died. Mm-hmm. And we've come to find out that there's a Jennifer incident, right? And then so they get their memories, they wind up getting their memories back.
Yes.
And we kind of find out that Reginald killed Ben and this other person, Jennifer,
right.
that's in there. And they're like, what the heck? You killed him. And so then he winds up erasing their memory. So then he has to give all the memories back. And then so Ben is on the run with Jennifer because they try to save this girl Jennifer. Mm-hmm. And there was in the little town which they freaking lit up at that town. And then they and then you have the whole little bit with Lilia and Five.
Yeah.
Going on the train.
Oh my goodness, 7 years.
7 years, which is only a few hours. So the whole time I'm sitting there, we're watching the episodes, and my wife's like, they've been gone for so long, what's going to happen when they come back? I'm like, no. It's a time warp.
Yeah.
Like, they're in a time pocket. So there's 7 years. It was probably only a few minutes.
Yeah.
Which was, in fact, a few hours. I said, you got to look at the train station as a time anomaly. So I think we talked about time travel in another previous episode. But anyway, so the whole train...
At least you tried to.
The whole... I did.
Effort. I give him A for effort.
Okay. Anyway, so the train was a MacGuffin. How they moved around and they try to travel, and then later on we find out there's a what is it? Council of Reeds, Council of Fives.
Oh my God!
I was-
At the diner.
At the diner, I was like, as soon as they started, I was like, oh, Council of Reeds.
Which I that makes perfect sense. He's altered timelines and gone and hopscotched through timelines so many times that he exists everywhere. There isn't one moment in history that he's not a part of, from the past to the future to the apocalypse himself. Like they even found
older version of him.
season 1-5.
Yep.
When he was stuck in the apocalypse.
Oh, as soon as they were like, oh, what's that? I was like, oh, I bet you that's 5. And he goes, oh, that's me. I'm like,
Yeah.
called it.
Yep. Like, it's just, well, I personally believe between 5 and Diego, those are my two favorite characters. I feel like those two characters had to me. I'm not gonna relate to them, but I was more interested in their stories throughout the whole entire see every season of Umbrella Academy. From Diego, he was number two, but really, you think about it, he was the only one that really took what they were doing seriously.
No, number one took it very seriously.
Yeah, but he's dumb. He was dumb. Like, come on. Diego, he had common sense. He also kind of had his own like down to earth, you know, douchebag type mentality.
He was fun. He was fun to see. But the smartest person in the academy was Five.
Yeah, but it's like he was gone for so long. Like, if you think about it, we don't get Five back until everyone's all grown up. So what happened?
Well, in episode season one, we got him back, but we got him right back. But he's gone. In like same thing with the subway. He's gone. He goes into the future, and he lives out 40 years. I think 40 plus years.
He comes back at 60 years old.
Right.
He's a 60-year-old kid.
Yes, he was. I think he was 60 or 65.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So he comes back, but then he comes back as a kid. So which is weird how he was able to then time travel back, but then revert back to a kid and not back as the adult. Which is, I don't think, did they explain that? I think they explained it.
He moves through times. Although they did briefly explain it, why he didn't age is because, like I said, he moved. When he moved through, because he what did he say? Like, he can move through time, but keep his present time locked down. So that's why he's always going to be, let's just say, a 15-year-old kid. Stuck, or a 60-year-old mentality, stuck in a 15-year-old kid.
Well, yeah, body. Which is weird. Yeah, he was able to keep all that knowledge, but then revert his physical back. I mean, it was very weird on that. I have to go back and rewatch season one.
I believe there was one point in time where he did grow up.
Well, yeah, in the future, he grows. Because he's stuck because he can't jump again.
Yeah,
because Hargreaves keeps trying to push him to blink. To blink, keep pushing himself. And he pushed himself so hard that he wound up time traveling, and he gets lost in their present time, was it like 10 years, something like that? He's gone for like several years. But when he jumps, he jumps for 40 years, and then he starts aging, and then that's when the council picks him up because, the girl, the lady in season one, or whatever the boss's name is.
Yeah.
She recruits him and is like, you can. That's why he goes around. He gets to the Kennedy assassination and several different points of time in history, and then so he never actually goes back until 40 years in his timeline, 10 to 15 years in the present timeline.
Yeah.
So he winds up moving. So again, the whole series kind of revolves around Five and time traveling and going back and forth. If it wasn't for Five traveling back and forth, seeing the apocalypse, changing things, fixing things, they wouldn't have the broken timeline, which is what happens. What they explain in towards the end of the season is them being created is what shattered the timeline.
Yeah. Well, I remember in the first season we had the violinist. That was Vanya's character, which was a super cool character in the comic book.
Oh yeah,
and I wish they held on to that part of her.
They showed her in that white outfit, like
in the with the violin, and that was like Thor's hammer to her, and like she's the whole reason. She even said it. She destroyed the Earth like 2 or 3 times. Like, she was the apocalypse.
Yes, she was the main apocalypse.
Yeah,
but then there were so many different times when they tried. When he's in the council of Fives, they're like, how many times we tried to save the Earth, and he's like, well, we tried to save it 162,000 times, 62,000 something, whatever times of them trying to save the apocalypse that they created. So each time they created some kind of different apocalypse, and so they had to go and keep trying to stop the apocalypse that they tried saving. Started. So it's a back and forth of timeline, and basically it's a time travel series.
Yeah,
it's basically a time travel series if you think about it at the core of it. And then of course, the relationships between all the siblings and everything else.
Well, towards the end, I didn't like. That's what I did not like about the end of the movie show. was the relationship between Diego and Five is now completely severed. Like,
Well, yeah, because they're dead.
well, I mean, like, Diego's wife cheated. First of all, Diego's wife was like, as he was locked into this machine, was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that we need space, so I'm leaving." It's like, what the fuck? You guys, like, you have twins. You have 3 kids. You have 3 kids.
I mean,
You were married for what, 6 years, and all of a sudden, now in the midst of this, you're feeling like you need to like get a divorce or separation just to go back in time or go to another alternate reality to make a relationship with a 15-year-old kid, regardless.
well, hold on. Let's
Okay, well-
pump the brakes there, buddy.
Well, that's
Let's
kinda
pump
what
the brake.
happened.
No, well, she didn't. She wasn't hoping. She didn't have feels for Five when that happened. They happened to catch the feels because they've been lost for 7 years. At that, so when they finally settled down in the strawberry field, they've already been lost for I think 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but you're an adult woman looking at a 15-year-old kid. No matter how long you're looking at him.
Yeah, but you're saying
he's never going to grow up.
Well, you also said that it was because she wanted the break, and then like, oh, let me get the feels. But no, like she wanted to leave him
Yeah.
for a while because
Yeah.
he's been distant. You know, I'm fat and I can't, I don't have power. Blah blah blah. So she had the book club, which was the keepers meetings,
Yeah.
right? So it. Five wasn't the reason why she wanted to break up. It was Diego why she wanted to break up, which
see
is
what you're saying. I
understandable.
see what you're
Is like
saying.
it's understandable. Like people grow apart. You know, I mean,
But
people
then
grow
like,
apart. I
but
mean,
then they yeah.
I mean,
but
so-
then like they get back together. Well, Diego and Five, they have this fist fight down the elevator or escalator, and then they come to the realization that there's more important things that matter right now. So
no, they didn't realize it. Lilia came in. She's like, "Can you guys stop it? We're about to die."
Well, yeah. So like more important things kind of happened, and it was like, all right, well, let's just water on the bridge. Let's just forget about it. And they never resolved it. But then again, Diego and his wife resolved their problem, but now you are left with Five and Diego.
Well,
you know,
it's the last 5 minutes of their world, and then,
Yeah,
so because they have to give up their powers, and in giving up their powers, they have to ultimately die.
Yeah.
and that whole part is so we're jumping ahead right now real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The resolution is they're forgiving each other. They're all sacrificing themselves to be there because remember Lily was gonna run off and stay with the family on the train, but then the very last second she's like, "Okay, I'll stay," and she's like, "I hate you for this," and it's like, but ultimately the family gets to stay and live
Yeah.
on, but which is weird because it resets the timeline to the day that I think we're supposed to revert back to the day that they were created. So if you look at the date when they started, November 12th, that was the day that the Marigold was released by Hargreaves, which created the
supers,
children, what created the children. But you have all the main characters and like the family, Lily is whatever, which I was trying to explain with the other day with my wife is how time worked was it worked but because they were on the train, they went from the future to the back, but that past already happened, so they wouldn't die. So because they were created and then they were taken out of that timeline and then reinserted back into the past via the subway train.
it was like a bunch of the Nunnallys had to die in order for that one timeline to.
Yes. So
to
as
be.
you can see, as they were getting consumed by the monster, the Ben and Benifer, the Benifer monster.
Benefers.
You can see the different timelines on the subway, which pretty much the subway lines were the different timelines, and you
Yeah.
can see them crumbling. And then you had the one final timeline, which they were on the green grass,
It's like Loki,
basically.
the spaghetti effect.
No, but Loki is all the timelines kept together. He was holding it.
Yeah.
So he was the main tree of all the branches. Whereas it was the reverse. All those timelines got pruned. So if you want to think about it as Loki, so all the other timelines got pruned, which then kept to the one sacred timeline.
I don't know. And then they shorted us, what, 3 episodes? I mean, usually a 10. No, well, it was only 6 episodes, and they're usually 10. And I feel like if they would have just gave us the 10 episodes, those little things that I mentioned could have been resolved. And I just didn't like how it just ended. Like, it just ended, and then they play that one song, I think we're alone now,
Yeah.
and everyone's in the park, and they bring back every main cast member from every season,
Which was pretty cool to see.
which was pretty cool.
I think I wanted more
Chimp didn't come back though.
Pogo, yeah.
Pogo.
R.I.P. I wanted to see more of, like, at least another episode of Hargreaves' wife, and, like, explaining, like, because she had, like, a power to, remember he kills the
Yeah.
Gene?
Yes.
Yeah, so she has the meat sack body of the guy with the glasses,
Yeah.
right? Whatever, I forget what his name is. So
Gene and Gene.
yeah, so she kills Gene
G, yeah.
with a G, and then wears his meat sack.
Yeah.
And then she kills Gene with a J, the
Yes.
wife, and then goes and sits back down with Hargreaves and is like, "Oh, it was me the whole time."
Yeah.
But, like, we don't get how did she get powers from the marigold, or what happened, or I needed some. I felt like I could have used an episode more.
I think she
what
was an
happened with that.
alien.
Was she an alien too?
I think she was an alien. Yeah.
Because Hargreaves is an alien.
Exactly.
Why? How come you never get Hargreaves? He should have, like, took off his meat sack and attacked something or whatever. I feel
Yeah.
like there was loss of more backstory for Hargreaves. I wanted the more backstory of, okay, you found out he was an alien. Where did he come from? Where did he land? You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of loose ends on the Hargreaves situation. I needed
True.
more on that. I think another episode or two, like a backstory of Hargreaves, would have been good.
I think they're talking about doing a spinoff. There's a lot of books with a lot of characters with different storylines. Oh, and the front man to oh my goodness.
Nine Inch Nails?
No, I just had it and I lost it. So, oh my goodness.
Creed?
No, My Chemical Romance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Black Parade.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Great song.
Well, good writer.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But all in all, what would you give this season? Scale to 1 to 5.
On the lower end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not as fast paced. It wasn't as paced as much as I liked the other episodes. Again, I think we were shorted a few episodes, like we were saying. We could have had more information on Hargreaves and the wife and everything else. So I want to say 3.5, 4.
Yeah, I'd say I'll give it a 3 due to the fact that I feel like I was shorted 4 episodes. And I agree. Like, there
And we
was
got no dance sequence. I was ready hyped
Yeah.
to, like, learn a new dance sequence.
It was cool. Like, yeah, those are the like certain moments that they have every season. It's a tradition.
It was like a staple. It's
Yeah.
like you were like, after season 1, you got season 2, and then you got like a new dance or a new cool scene to.
Yeah, it was almost like out of all of their BS that they either resent each other or just dislike each other for, they all had one thing in common that they knew that was theirs. They wouldn't do it on their own. It was just one thing that they can find their center and bring them back to that mutual friendship or mutual familyhood that they had. And I feel like that got taken away. You know, even though, yeah, they all held hands and kind of made their peace and knew what needed to be done for the greater good, I felt as though they needed, as a whole, needed to go, okay, it's okay, here we are, and we're still a team, we're still a family, more important, and we're going to go out because this is what we need to do as a whole. Instead of, they broke the family apart and then they paired them up. And I thought that was like, it was cool. Like, the show was good. I really enjoyed it, but I just missed that sense of that broken family but still trying to keep it together type of vibe that they gave off. Because that was out of the whole entire season or series, that was the only grounded, relatable thing that they brung into, the show. Yeah.
All right, well, that's our review. So let's see. How about this? On a whole of Umbrella Academy, what would you say? What would you rate the whole series?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed every every season. Honestly, it was cool. It's just there was like I guess it was kind of me being picky or me just not feeling full. And one of your favorite series that goes to the end, you never really wanted to end.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, I'm just upset that it ended, and it was cool.
Yeah. I think I might rewatch season 1.
I was, you know what? I binge watched all of the last season. Like, I woke up, took the kids to school, and just came home and watched it all. I was done by 2 o'clock, and right after that, I was like, oh, I need to watch it, episode 1, season 1, all over again.
Yeah.
And then, because it was like what, every 2 years they came out with a new
Yeah,
season.
something like that.
And so I was like, I wonder if
And 5 hasn't aged.
if 5 doesn't age. No.
Well, anyway, guys, that is our wrap for our review of Umbrella Academy season 4, the whole series. Quick, wrap on the whole series. Guys, again, if you're enjoying this, make sure you guys are liking down below, subscribing, and make sure you check out our TikTok page where we post our behind the scenes or bloopers because this guy can't stop stuffing his face with donuts.
Dude, donuts are fun. Eat a donut.
Right? That being said, guys, I'm Chris.
I'm Rico.
And we are
Poppin' Through Culture.
See you guys next time.
You
Want to try the turtle?
Yeah, I think I'm alone now. I wish they would have done one more time. Just them together.
Yeah, they had no dance this time. I was hoping for a dance.
No dance. No dance.